All you see is my cover, like the body is a form we all see. But learning to bring out the mind from its formless to a form that you could see, it's my job to show you that power within us all. With 30 pounds on my legs standing on all my fingers, but also sometimes 80 pounds on my runs, learning to carry what breaks you. With pain before my birth, what built who I am today. Now let's flip through the pages of understanding the purpose of life lesson through growth with weights can do that. What we all see in the mirror is not what you think between who you are and knowing who you could be. That's where most people give up. What if you never give up? Credit goes where credit is due about 3 legends' success to making it in life. Vinnie Tolman for helping me understand about the purpose of life and why we were here. To helping me realign myself to change people's lives in good direction. To Sophia James for creating Group 7, understanding what it actually is through observation of being in it. So we will get to them entirely before the end of this whole experience. My seafood teacher in Chinese, Dominic Ruggieri, for training me Shaolin Kung Fu in my past. None of this is without him. To be born with a severe chronic illness, I'm not sure. To suffer through 8 shoulder dislocations, but to do 1-arm pull-ups. To hang on to dear life for 3 months on my chair and on my bed from one Moderna jab. But through all this experience, I woke up to an answer. And this is just 1/5 of my workout for leg day. But to why people always put their fingers on their chin over my present since birth, now having the answer to why. To achieve the most powerful mindset a human being can adopt, absolute surrender, in a tainted body by the age of 40 years young. What if there is a more powerful mindset greater than that? Straight answer, there is no such thing. It's the complete unreserved yielding of one's will, desires, and control to God. But how is it achieved? The more you move the body, the more you work out, the more you eat, the more the body takes shape. Transformation starts to keep going more over time, and then eventually, absolution becomes yours. Your mind and body become more aligned. Alignment. Awake. You start to feel it. Something you never felt before. Something's always been there, you just don't realize it until now. To not think, but to feel that heavenly glory. Bruce Lee's quote, the power within us all. But what if you go past the thinking we all do? I'm not here to play games because I'm not even on the board, but life is like a roll of dice. You never know what you're going to roll. So I'm just rolling them off the board purposely for my purpose. To literally carry the weight of the world on my shoulders because I can. For me, pain as far as even before my birth is the big story to build from it because I understand it completely. Confidence doesn't come first, action does. Everything's got to be done by the book and beyond. To not stop, to keep going every day, to adjust and keep moving forward to only constant progression, no matter how old you are. You improve. You learn, and slowly you build momentum, and momentum is powerful once it starts. It carries you forward. It makes things easier, but you have to push through the beginning first. The hardest part, nothing feels rewarding. That's where most people fail. Never give up. See how far it goes. To not fall anymore. Dream, not even believe in it because we all have the power to make it to your own reality. To experience on what you feel within you. Comebacks don't feel powerful when they start. They feel ugly, silent, painful, and completely invisible. They don't come with motivation music. They don't come with support. They don't come with applause. They come with loneliness, self-doubt, and a version of you that you are honestly tired of being because deep down you know something isn't right, but actually nothing's wrong. You know you are capable of more. We all are. We all are unique in many different ways. To not need motivation to take action. I am the motivation that I built myself out to be. It's my job to show you so you learn from it to create success, not just temporary, but permanently. To not be about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, and Jean-Claude Van Damme, they went out there making a name for themselves, becoming legend by putting their mind to it through life's lesson of growth has to offer. Spreading love, entertainment, inspiration for people to look up to. With their movies and teachings, Bruce Lee was an iconic martial artist, actor, and philosopher, wildly regarded as the most influential martial artist of all time, revolutionized action cinema, and founded Jeet Kune Do, a hybrid martial arts philosophy. Chuck Norris was a celebrated American martial artist, actor, and cultural icon, a multidisciplined black belt and former world karate champion. He transitioned to Hollywood in the 1970s. He is best known for starring in his hit action films and the hit 1990s television series Walker, Texas Ranger. Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris became best friends and training partners. They both starred in the 1972 film The Way of the Dragon, now both living eternally with the memories and results they get to take and enjoy with them. Jean-Claude Van Damme, a Belgian actor, filmmaker, and retired martial artist, nicknamed the Muscles from Brussels, he became a global pop culture icon in the late 1980s and 90s by starring in hit action films like Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Universal Soldier, Time Cop, but can't forget about his film Lionheart. More about that later with these three legend stories of how they grew to this level. To always keep progressing at an accelerated rate, no matter how old you are. And then age isn't anything but a number we are made to think about it here, while the feeling becomes nothing. To not think, but to feel that key to unlocking your mind's full potential. The more you control the formless, the more you control. But just to show you an example, and this doesn't pertain to you, it's to show you there is no such thing as limits to the body, with the mind making the body limitless, no matter how old you are. To keeping up to 7 meals a day is tough but manageable, works well for more vitamin intake. Your cardiovascular, metabolism, and immune system is skyrocketing up to where aging can't keep up anymore to catch up to you, staying young, to not be or feel tired anymore, getting younger, not older, as time goes on here. Only the numbers go up, and eventually my weights will go up in numbers as well. 155 pounds of weights attached to me. That's double my body weight. That's 2 times Earth's normal gravity. To achieve unlimited stamina comes down to a question, by my definition, to push past limits to realize that the body is actually limitless. There are no such thing as limits from building off the last fall and dreams into a reality you create for the final rise. To come back up for one last time, then surpass, always to finally bring out the full formless to a form that now everyone can see. But none of all this discipline counts without the food you eat. In the kitchen is discipline just the same as it feels overall, pure discipline. The more you work out the body, the more you eat, the more you take shape. Work, eat, rip, repeat. A method I created from my mind. The more you do this, the more chance you start to finally feel that power. Not your endorphins, which we are made to experience to believe here. It's your consciousness more connected to your body, undimming everything around you, which life is a very dim experience. Your alignment, awake, how finally pieces to the puzzle are all found to complete it. All the dots connect to the good things come to those who believe. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. Better things come to those that are patient. Patience is key to unlocking doors with your mind to your full potential. And the best things come to those that don't give up. And I never gave up for this moment. Finding my purpose through my alignment to figure it out, to have an answer to everything about life after observation, research, and pain. Learning this experience of how growth works. For instance, the fire in our eyes represent our inner drive, passion, and resilience. This spark fuels our deepest ambitions, transforms pain into purpose, and drives us to overcome the challenges we face. Your inner fire helps you turn struggles into strength and doubt into determination. When people doubt you, don't believe in you, all odds become against you. But to make others connect, to make them see, to believe what everyone thinks is impossible, they want you to give up. Connection represents the human capacity for inspiration, passion, and purpose, allowing you to light the way for others from your silence exploding to the noise around you rattling the whole room you're in, changing lives to what they'll never forget that can actually echo across the globe. Bruce Lee got into a lot of street fights and trouble with the law, including a clash with the son of an organized crime leader. For a future at the age of 18, he had to leave Hong Kong to live in the United States with his sister in San Francisco, claiming his birthright. He started with nothing, that eventually went out there making a name for himself, changing the world around him. Chuck Norris's growth from his alcoholic father was defined by resilience and rejection. Rather than following in his footsteps, the hardship inspired him to avoid alcohol entirely, build immersed self-discipline, and turn a painfully shy childhood into a story of unprecedented global icon status. Again, another legend made. Jean-Claude Van Damme faced a challenging and insecure childhood in Brussels, Belgium. He was often bullied, recalling that he was a geeky kid who wore glasses and was not physically gifted. To build his confidence, his father enrolled him in karate school at age 10, transforming him from a small, shy boy into a highly disciplined athlete. To improve his flexibility and posture, Van Damme took ballet classes, an experience he later used to perfect his signature martial arts kicks and splits. That's Legend 3. That's life lesson of growth. Jean-Claude Van Damme is 65 today and still building, living life to the fullest. Even though I don't do opinions, I will do just this one. His movie Lionheart was better than Bloodsport. There is a reason I named my cat after it. And yes, my Lionheart does have a heart. But Lionheart in the movie was all odds against him. From making sure his family was safe to make sure they had money on their own for survival to move away. But in that one fight, where things started getting ugly and people stopped believing in him, that even betted against him to where he says, "Wrong bet." That inner drive, passion, and resilience, that fire that's within us all. People see it to believe it, and they saw the silence rise to start cheering on. All the noise starts to feel something, the explosion is going to happen. Now they all see and believe, and as far as to the people that hated him, turned to loving him, affecting their lives. The last thing Chuck Norris said on a post was he don't age, he levels up. That's the thing about numbers they don't tell you. We were born here to have the ability to take this experience in. I'm 40, and I don't even feel it. I built myself to this level. When our body dies, our consciousness goes on to where you can't even put a number on, because we live eternally, and that's a place we are not supposed to remember where we came from, because it would ruin this whole experience. I am not stuck in the years. What the world calls aging, heaven calls a transformation, leveling up. Now that I live by divine time, I stopped fearing the clock. I stopped chasing youth because you become youth itself. The mystery behind divine time is not about escaping age. It's about mastering eternity with your power of creation that you build from your thoughts. Group 7, a TikTok trend, originally an inside joke and community movement that started when singer-songwriter Sophia James posted 7 consecutive videos to see which would perform best in the algorithm. In her 7th and final video, she declared that anyone who watched it was a Group 7. But after my observation of being in this group, realizing it is bigger than we all think, it's filled with high spiritual people. After people who happened to see that video felt they belonged to a special elite inner circle, high believers, who are patient enough to watch videos all the way through, pressing all the buttons to support each other. That's why I say Group 7 is 777 Divine Assignment. It's the same thing as pointing a finger to spread that good energy, and the other 3 point back at you, tripling your energy. The phone is a tool, Vincent Tolman has said. We will get to him in a minute. Your alignment starts like I was working for a job I once had with all those weights attached to me at 80 pounds running on my stops to experience building the body as strong as possible. Spiritual awakening follows, and good fortune on the right path. The power of creation. Breakthrough or opportunities unfold in your favor. It encourages you to trust your gut instincts and deepen your connection with your higher self to perfect it. The number 7 represents spiritual fullness, creation, and completion. So tripling it magnifies this, representing the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's ultimate divine perfection. You see my spiritual fullness, that formless to a form. I created this, and this is my completion, like hitting the jackpot in a slot machine, 777, but in God's work. A relationship between God and gold is often framed through the lenses of theology, historical motivation, and symbolism. In Christianity, gold represents symbolizing divinity, purity, glory, and the majesty of God. Throughout the Bible, gold is mentioned frequently, symbolizing wealth as well as a representation of the divine. It appears over 400 times in Scripture. Now, flipping through the final pages of this experience, I don't do coincidences. No excuses, no comfort, no more falls, no dreams, because I build the reality from feeling what's inside us all. At first, people always remain blinded by always thinking the same pattern. It's just a fluke or accident. No, alignment to awaken is what you can feel. Another god in gold in Hinduism, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, wealth, and prosperity, blessing her devotees with abundance. With Ashwagandha is deeply revered in Hinduism and is often associated with Lord Hanuman, the embodiment of strength and devotion. According to legend, Ashwagandha is believed to have been gifted to humanity by the gods to help them cope with the stresses of life and to enhance their vitality. Ayurveda, an ancient system of healing translated from Sanskrit as the smell of the horse. Consuming the root was historically believed to impart the stamina, strength, and virility of a horse, the horse strength. What the world understands as cortisol, but actually giving me a more powerful spiritual stillness, being able to expand from a silence to an explosion. Ashwagandha is a very powerful herb. Be careful on its usage. The seemingly silence has not perished. It is being raised in a way that your eyes are not yet able to see, and when the moment is right, it will rise. Stop trying to fix what God broke to save you. Clear out the compromises, delete the toxic attachments, let Him remove the elements that do not fit the holy pattern of your holy future. Gold plays a deeply significant recurrent role in Jewish history, tradition, and symbolism, appearing frequently in religious texts, jewelry, and cultural practices. Gold is mentioned extensively in the Torah, nearly 50 times in the portions describing the Mishkan, and the inner sanctum of the Holy Temple were overlaid with pure gold to symbolize divinity and the sanctity of God's presence. Vincent Tolman, a man who was pronounced dead for almost 2 hours body bagged and all documented in our reality here, revived with a very faint heartbeat through a rookie paramedic who simply believed he could bring him back. With stories of evidence of where Vincent was cannot be denied after verified proof. Brain dead for 3 days, then resurrected at 1:11, a couple of hours before his brother prayed for him so hard to come back. 111 means resurrection. Without brain activity, the consciousness isn't there. Vincent Tolman is alive today as a messenger of God to help others. The lesson of life is authenticity. The earth is much like a school or a classroom, but it's not a courtroom. Authentically love yourself and others. Don't be prejudiced and understand the prejudice. We are here to celebrate, to learn, not what you think it is. It's what you feel it is. Find that feeling. To make memories here. We are only here for so long. Make it count as the clocks tick here. It's a short timer, so make it last in your control to the fullest and not on the edge. Learn, grow, live, experience this gift to the full extent, allowing ourselves to give, to create, and to have fun. After all, I've been feeling I've come to this point of always going in a good direction. Positive energy has its rewards when you never give up on believing in yourself, and you are patient. As a human being, a soul, having this human experience, I thrive when I can help and awaken others out of darkness in whatever way I can, Vincent Tolman has said. I feel that within us all. That's my deepest and best happiness is when I can help my family, friends, and others to inspire, motivate, entertain, to be an influencer hero for people to look up to. Helping others outside yourself gives you access to a joy you can't have without helping others. In life, we can be all-consuming, or we can be all-creating. We all came here for a purpose. It's up to you to find it. The choice is yours. This universe has one of the weirdest laws, Vincent Tolman stated. Whatever you are missing, go give that to someone else and you walk away having it. A simple idea can be a life-changing breakthrough. Nobody sees the pressure behind greatness, but you must learn to love that pressure. It can build you into somebody rare. Now here's where I come to a close with this. Without good versus an evil, there is no such thing as growth to exist. Having bronchitis 26 times as a child was also part of the deal to understand it to an answer. Hanging on to dear life for 3 months from one Moderna jab created severe allergies to secondhand and even third-hand smoke, which is a definition for a reason. It's a formless we don't see, and that's exactly what it is, a dangerous one at that, spreads the evil in the air that can either get someone sick or die, or you fight against it to become someone. But it's a habit, addiction, bad direction, negative energy source, but it can build who we are affected by it. It doesn't control you, You only let it control you. It doesn't align your mind and body, it binds it. It can hold back your full potential within. A lot of money over smoke you don't need to breathe and drugs to spread. Instead, use money for goodwill and not the bad, to where the devil controls you in comfort. Life gets easier if you let it. The easy way out to make things harder goes nowhere. The hard way to make things easier goes somewhere. Not only am I allergic to any type of secondhand smoke, I know I'm not the only one by far anymore. Evolution always takes its course. We gotta get over this idea that we are as valuable as what others think we are, because we are far more valuable than all that. Fear is the enemy of faith. Fear causes confusion, anger, and chaos. 3 different levels of the devil in observation from oneself. For instance, an observation of First Amendment auditors: show love or don't react. Life is about showing love, not hate. Don't fail in negative energy to create chaos. What we believe are headaches and to take medication. What I feel headaches are negative energy sources close by. What if we are not realizing that? Because I was born an empath, empaths have special abilities within an already high spirit for greater purpose. I now realize. Our society is in need of sensitive and empathic people, now more than ever. The human race needs to go inwards and connect with the soul again. With someone with a diagnosed IQ of 85, but to have wisdom beyond my years. I am here to offer wisdom, light, and truth. I am not here to destroy people. I am called to the lies that have bound them. I'm not here to advertise business. It's not about money. It's about going to work to uplift your spirits. Movement. I'm the name I created me to be, the Ashwagandha Man. Not a trend, the echo. Do you feel it? Empaths are born in fire, I noticed. They are already gifted in high spirit for a reason, and I can sense negative energy that drains them when close by. They are messengers of God when awakened, because that's what chosen ones do. The power of creation for people to look up to. I shake what's around me of the noise I wasn't born to be. My silence within brought out to an explosion to rattle the noise so the whole world can hear me preach with my mind and body. The discipline, the power of the mind that starts to make your dreams, your visions, and your goals that you have to make them come true. Why I was always about all my eggs in one basket, but this is the biggest basket in my life I created, but you're the egg. So please plant your seed, like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow my footsteps, and I will always support back. Now it's time for me to be unleashed, and there is no what ifs about it. In Jesus' name, amen.